Namaste, Jagdish here. As part of our conversations on Bhagavad-Gita for the WORKTABLE, we are entering episode 6. In episode 6, we are going to look at chapter 5 of the Bhagavad-Gita. Chapter 5 of the Bhagavad-Gita is termed as Karma Sannyasa Yoga. It makes sense to start looking at these terminologies, Karma, Sannyasa and Yoga, etymologically. Karma refers to the science of action. It looks at the question of what is the source of action, what really generates action. Sannyasa is the art of dropping it all. Whether you want or not, things get dropped. Our desires change. Our desires have a paradigm shift. Our priorities transform. We keep dropping all the time. So sannyasa means dropping it all. And the last term, yoga, means to combine, to sum it up. How do you sum it up all? As one of the popular songs which I was listening yesterday goes, the color of everyone's destiny is one and the same. In summing up, everything is the same. We have been looking at the terminologies in terms of futility and action in futility, joyousness, desperation and things like that. Today we are going to examine Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Being completely involved in action, Karma Yoga, being absolutely involved in action, and this action has two components, the very act of doing, acting on something, and the things that you are supposed to have by doing these actions. It has two combinations. Generally, our dreams actually go to all the things that we can have through this karma, through this action. Probably we can have a better car, we can have better property, we can have better business. Now, Karma Yoga looks at starting about dreaming all the things that you can just do. Dream about everything that you can do. When you dream about everything that you can do, you are unstoppable in action. So Karma Yoga is about completely involved in action. Whereas Karma Sannyasa is Karma Tyaga, dropping all actions. Dropping all actions and absolutely 100% being involved in action are one and the same. But in this chapter, in the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, Krishna appears to privilege Karma Yoga, being involved in action. Somewhere in the first few verses itself, probably within the 10 verses that he starts describing about Karma Sannyasa Yoga to Arjuna, he starts privileging Karma Yoga to Karma Sannyasa. He has reasons for that. But right now, we'll start looking at what it means to be in Karma Sannyasa Yoga for us. Now, we need to understand, as a famous story goes, the legendary story goes, a jester who comes to the king's court makes the king very happy, and the king is so happy, he asks the person who visits him, probably a jester, to ask for anything that he wants. And the jester goes ahead and asks for a very simple thing. O king, give me grains of rice in such a way that you place one grain of rice on the first square of a chessboard, double it up by next, which becomes 2, double up what was there in the second, in the third, which becomes 4, and keep on going like that. This appears quite simplistic. Probably it would come to a few sacks of rice. This is nothing for the king. But when they start calculating, the king understands it's more than the total rice production of the whole planet. This exponential expansion of what we actually do is something that we are not able to understand. This interconnectedness between different aspects of our life is something that we don't understand. It requires a special kind of cognitive ability to start linking from what we are able to see and what is the reason for that. It's like a 4-year-old child, when refused an ice cream because he has a cough or cold, is not able to see the connection between cough and cold and not having an ice cream. It just doesn't connect. Now, being able to see the sum total, the balance sheet of life itself is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. If we extract 4 million tons of coal from the earth and that gets added to the GDP, probably we are not deducting the 4 million tons that is getting out of our coal mines. Karma Sannyasa Yoga is about the balance sheet. When you really understand life is a balance sheet, you are much calmer. Sannyasa happens naturally. You let go. And you are completely combined with action. Thank you so much. Be with me, Jagdish here. Namaste.